I'm here at Toronto's Riverdale Farm, which is a small little working farm in the heart of Toronto. It used to be the first Toronto Zoo, but the zoo moved out to Scarborough, and now it's just a really nice place for people to bring their kids, and hiking trails and little animals, and so let's have a look. This is nice. All the spring flowers are out after a really miserable winter. This is the Francie barn, which has usually, sometimes cows, usually goats and sheep. The lighting's not going to be very good, but we'll take a chance. Let's have a look inside. And sometimes it's just empty.
Oh, we gotta come back next time.
All right.
You get to go?
She looks pregnant.
Open the eyes. Look at the goat.
They're all pregnant, right?
Are they?
All three of them, and they're due mid-May. I know, all three of them.
My birthday.
All three of them.
So we're about 3 weeks early for the
Come here on Wednesday.
for the babies.
Friend a hug.
You come here Wednesday.
Porsche, rose, flower petal, Nubian goats.
You come here Wednesday.
Well, that was the Francie barn. That was kind of disappointing. So on the left there's a horse, a donkey. Oh, don't mind that. Oh, I've never seen it laying down before. It's had a rough day. Nice cows. It's a good time of year for them. It's not hot. They're outside. No flies. She looks very content. The cows at the Riverdale Farm are not meat cows. Is that right, Tim? They're never sent for slaughter, so they have a happy life. Okay, let's have a look at the horses. Oh, good night. Now there's some turtles down here as well. There haven't been turtles here for a number of years because there wasn't enough oxygen in the water, and they've started to reoxygenate it. So I just saw a little turtle, but they're coming back now. Well, this is sort of a sad part of the Riverdale Farm's history. This little building, which I'll show you. This building was the home, quote-unquote, of the lion of the Toronto Zoo. Now, thankfully, just used for storage. Imagine putting a poor lion in some dank cage like this. But now they have a much nicer enclosure at the new Toronto Zoo. This duck and swan pond was closed for a long time. They drained it, and gee, it was about 2 or 3 years since I've seen any wildlife in here. They're nice. You can see the Riverdale Farm is quite popular. Lots of languages I've heard. French and Spanish and Tagalog and Arabic. That's one of the great things about Toronto, the multiculturalism. So now we've got some sheep to conclude today's visit to the Riverdale Farm. It's not his best side, but we take what we get. Now a quick added bonus, this is going to be a brief visit to the Necropolis, which is a cemetery right next to the Riverdale Farm. Looks nice. There's Tim. Trees are in blossom, some of them anyway. And this also has the distinction of being the start of the Toronto Zombie Walk 2 or 3 years ago. So I'll throw in a picture to give you a flavor of that cultural event. The Necropolis is a fairly small cemetery. It's nice. I like cemeteries. There's another one close by. What's the one up Parliament called, Tim? St. James the Lesser Cemetery. Then there's Mount Pleasant, which is the huge Toronto cemetery. But I like to visit them. I've seen a couple of nice stones. One of them, I remember, was a little girl who died when she was about 4 years old, and that her headstone said, "Sing me to sleep." Oh man, that was a bad one. So I don't know, there's lots of history, and I always think about all the lives lived here. Okay, that's going to conclude it for today. So yeah, spring in Toronto.